Good morning, traders. So how are we going to trade the Aussie today? So I've got a couple of lines drawn in already. So the first one is this diagonal trend line, and you can see we have one, all intents and purposes, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches on this trend line. So that is fairly significant. And then the second part of this is that we do have a higher low here. So this was Thursday's candle, this was Friday's candle. So Thursday was an indecision range, and I've got that not exactly, but there it is there. So I do have it, that range in. Also, the top of the range coincides with the 200 daily EMA. Okay, and then on Friday we got this pin bar. So this is an indication that the buyers did step in here. Now the US markets on Friday were very much up and down. So although there was good data that came out with non-farm payrolls, we ranged most of the day. Okay, so nothing to read into that at the moment, and 10 cents fairly flat, rand dollars flat. So it looks like a very typical Monday morning with everything being relatively flat, apart from China. China is down 0.5%, but the Nikkei's flat, and everything else is pretty much flat. All the futures markets are very flat. So I suppose probably more than likely a bit of ranging until this afternoon. And unless something dramatic happens, I think the ranging will continue. So let's get down to the 30-minute. Now, again, another frustrating day for the closing range breakout strategy. You can see how we gapped up, and you would have been expecting an entry long, and we didn't get it. And then we got below, and I think, did we hit our... Yeah, we hit the target to the downside. So you can see here the breakout target to the downside was hit. That's after breaking to the upside. So again, another failure on that. So, and often I find that is to be expected when we are kind of consolidating. So when we're in a trend, it works out fantastically well. But the minute we start consolidating like this, then the Aussie sort of gives mixed results with any range break strategy. Okay, so I think what we want to do here is let's just have a look at... So again, you can see here we have a downward trend line. There was the first touch, these two bars. Then we broke through again, broken through again. So have we broken it, or is that actually the new trend line? So I would pretty much assume that is our trend line. Okay, and then what I would do is to look at that. Okay, so there's nothing really to write. So a bit of a megaphone formation here, but nothing really that is going to indicate a move in any direction right now. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, trend is down. So I think pick that up off the hour. You can see the trend is still down until this alligator starts pointing to the upside and price moves above it. Trend is down. Okay, this may just be a consolidation here for a move in either direction, and I think your initial levels you want to watch are going to be the high of Friday and pretty much the low of Friday as well. Okay, so that's kind of what you're going to be watching for, and just bear in mind that this is a good 430 point zone. Okay, now what I want to do is just go to the daily with those two levels in, and you can see how price interacts to the left inside this zone. Okay, so it is fairly significant. Right, so I've got that wrong. Sorry, there's the high of, yes, that's the high. Okay, so let's just check the 12 minutes just to double check what fractals we have. Okay, so we have a fractal to the downside there. We have a fractal to the upside. So what you could do to find direction, you can see we have had a change in direction on the 12 minute. But as I said, for a trend change, you need to have the higher time frames like the hours indicating a direction. So for now, we do have a rally and then a consolidation. So these are the two fractals on the 12 minute that we're looking for. Break below this fractal here is not necessarily going to indicate a move to the downside, because that break would be above the alligator here, the teeth, the red line. Okay, so if we break below that, what we want to see is we want to see the fractal below the red line. So this one here would be an indication. If we broke through that, that would be an indication that was moved to the downside. Okay, but this here is sitting above the red line, so nothing really we can read into that. A break above this fractal here would start giving us target areas. If you look to the left, firstly this tail, then that tail. Okay, so what are we looking for? I'm looking for a break out over 50,840 or a break below 5640. A break below 5640 still going to leave me a little bit wary about the direction because of where we are in relation to the alligator. So yeah, I think probably for me it's going to be a case of watching this hour to see what happens. And you can see how those two trend lines line up nicely with these two range bars. So a break above 58.40, we'll see 59.60 come into play and possibly 51.094. Okay, a break to the downside obviously is going to bring this level here into play, and you can see this is pretty much the range break. So it's a range break to the downside. So that would bring us 50,439 into play. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for this morning, is just a break above or below this consolidation area. Okay, if we do break to the upside, then you do have this sort of measured move that could play out. So in other words, to there and then there. Okay, which takes us, where's that? That's pretty much going to line up with these inside tails here. This one, this one, this one. Okay, so quick summary, we're looking for a break above 58.40. That would give us 59.60 and 51, just call it 51,000. That would be the move to the upside. That would be our measured move. If we do break to the downside, then this range here, or could be see it as a double top, is what we're looking to play out. And that would more than likely, now you see, it brings us down to this level here. Okay, so break to the upside, we're looking for these levels. Break below 56.40, we're looking for 5400, 54.40 to come into play. Okay, and you can see how we do have a little bit of divergence on the 12 minute here as well. Nothing really on the 30 minute, but we do have some indication that we are bouncing off the alligator. But again, the alligator is pointing slightly at the upside. So yeah, I think today's going to be pretty much a Monday day. So in other words, more than likely more consolidation, more ranging, zero direction. And then unless something drastic happens this afternoon, I doubt we're going to move in any direction. So you'll probably find that the US market's also going to rally and just basically move sideways today. Okay, so I think wherever you see the price finding a base, especially on the Aussie, so if it does find a base at 56.40, it'll be worthwhile of getting in for a long. Okay, and then you're looking for a long, basically 58.43 and 59.60, and you can see I'm on the 30 minutes, and you can see how these tails line up with my lines. Okay, so my support and resistance lines, every tail tells a story. Oops, and we're missing one here. Okay, we're missing this one here. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this for now. If we do move to the downside, I'm definitely looking for a reason to get long. So if we do get a price moving above the alligator today, that would indicate to me that there is a possibility we could hold this for a nice swing trade. Okay, but for now it's basically consolidation. You need to trade the consolidation as that. Okay, anyway guys, hope it helps, and keep those stops really, really tight, and pay attention to your tails, because these tails will give you the entry, and anything on 6, 5, 10 minute, 12 minute, 15 minute chart, any sort of bullish or bearish action on those charts will indicate what the direction is for the day, and you can basically collect a couple of hundred pips out of it until we have a direction change, and then you can start looking for swing trades. Okay, anyway guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.